We begin with the latest in the shooting at the No Kings protest in Salt Lake City last night. Saturday saw thousands gather in the state to join the national protest. Hours of peaceful demonstrations from St. George all the way to Ogden and cities in between. In Salt Lake, 10,000 people took to the streets after gathering in Pioneer Park, and just before 8 o'clock, chaos and tragedy as demonstrators and police heard shots ring out near State Street and 200 South. We're learning today that the victim of that shooting has died. Salt Lake City Police says 24-year-old Arturo Gamboa is being charged with murder for the death of 39-year-old Arthur Folasa Alu. ABC4's Kate Gardner has the details.
Police say two people working as event security noticed Gamboa hiding behind a wall, fidgeting with an AR-15. When they approached him, he raised the gun at them. One of them fired 3 shots, hitting Gamboa and killing a bystander.
Go! Get out of this area!
Chaos. Music stops abruptly just before 8 o'clock, and people flee as 3 shots ring out.
It could have been one of us, it could have been our girls.
Virginia Castillo and Derek Barney were at the protest, the first they've gone to as a family.
And they were banging, trying to get people to open the door. And this girl opened the door and I yelled at them, come on, come on. And everybody started rushing in.
They took refuge in Este Pizzeria until they knew it was safe to go home.
My youngest, she was scared last night, so she didn't want to sleep in her room. And she ended up sleeping on the couch. And I just pulled the mattress out and slept with her out here. And I was just reassuring her all night.
They almost didn't go, but wanted their girls to learn to stand up for what they believe in.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people were shocked by how big the crowd was. And that's what it should have been about. People from all walks of life going and supporting anybody that's different, Sadly, it's not going to be about that. It's going to be about what happened.
So what happened?
Officers and detectives were flagged down near 100 South, 200 East, and there they found a man later identified as 24-year-old Arturo Gamboa. He had a minor gunshot wound and was hiding in a group of people. At the time of his arrest, officers also recovered an AR-15 style rifle, a gas mask, and a backpack. Gamboa was treated and later booked into jail on a charge of murder.
Chief Brian Redd says at that time, officers also detained 2 men who were part of the event's peacekeeping team.
These men saw Gamboa separate from the crowd at one point during the march and move behind a wall where they noticed him pull out a rifle and begin manipulating it. Gamboa was then confronted by these 2 men. Witnesses say Gamboa raised the weapon in a firing position and began running toward the crowd. One of the individuals fired 3 rounds, striking Gamboa and tragically striking the man who later died.
He says no one should be afraid of going to a peaceful demonstration.
What happened last night was sudden and alarming and not representative of our values here in Salt Lake City or in our state.
There are still a lot of questions this investigation is going to have to answer, like what was Gamboa's motivation, plans, political ideology, and more. Reporting from Salt Lake City, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.